If you're not black, don't say it. We were the only two black girls there. Okay, so hey guys, I'm back. And today we're doing a story time. I don't even know how to introduce this because I don't know if it's a story as much as it's just a night of really weird and kind of racist encounters that me and my friend had over spring break. But before we get into the story, go ahead and turn my post notifications on and subscribe. One day, God willing, I'll have 1 million subscribers. And would you rather say that you were here when I hit 1 million, or do you want to be here when I have like 70 something? Like, which one sounds better to you? So I'm gonna give you a second. Go ahead. Go ahead. But anyway, so let's get into the story, but let's also acknowledge how cute I look today. I even did my nails. So how does the story even begin? So this was spring break. So me, my best friend, and our two other friends decided that for spring break, we would go to Chattanooga because we weren't able to plan like a week-long thing, but we're like, oh, we'll do like from Thursday to Sunday in Chattanooga, like a later week thing. I don't want to like give anybody's names really, but I got to try to figure out how to like, okay, so basically we had a friend who lived in Chattanooga and his birthday was that weekend. And so it all ended up working out perfectly. So, you know, we have like a whole good spring break, blah, blah, blah. And his birthday was on Saturday. So like Saturday evening, we go to this place. It was at this bar. And we're in Chattanooga, and me and my best friend are black. Our other two friends are white. When we walked into the bar, the first thing that me and my best friend noticed was that we were the only two black girls there. I'm pretty sure we were the only two black people there. And like, you know, like if you're black, like you know this feeling, like when you walk into a room and you don't see yourself, you just feel judged automatically, kind of. Like, it's not even like anything that anybody could do to make you feel that way. You just kind of feel that way because you don't know what people are thinking about you. You feel like nobody there is like, nobody wants you to be there. But yeah, so me and my friend were feeling kind of awkward. People were giving us weird looks. Oh, my mom's getting home. People were like looking at us kind of weird, like almost like they didn't want us to be there. So automatically we start the night off kind of weird. Yeah, so we meet our friend is there and we're like, oh, hey, happy birthday. We'll call him Dolphin. I don't know. I don't have another name for him. So we're like, oh my gosh, Dolphin, hey. And he's like excited to see us. He's so nice. And all his friends are there from the school. He was going to school there. So all his school friends are there. We meet them and they're nice, but me and my best friend automatically notice that like, we're not really being, they're not being mean to us. Like, let me be very clear, but we're not being like acknowledged in the same way that our other friends are. I could be overthinking it, but I don't think that I am. Like, we were both like looking at each other like, okay, like this is kind of, you know, we just felt out of place. We're like all sitting in this outside area because it's like a nice outside. It's spring break, spring weather. So we're all kind of talking at the table. And there's this boy in the corner who is friends with our friend. He's a part of the birthday party. And me and my friend swear that we hear him say the N-word. And there's a table full of people, right? So we're like sitting there and I look at her and she looks at me. Like, y'all know like when you're around other black people and you hear something that's off and y'all all kind of look at each other. It was that, except for just me and my friend. So we're both just kind of like, I'm like,
Fred, did he say like what I think he just said?
And she's like,
Fred, I think so.
So immediately my body shuts down. I go into this mode. Because I can't, like, there are some things that like in the moment where I'm like, you know what, I can't even handle this. Like, I go into Virgo shutdown and like I'm annoyed. And I was kind of annoyed that I feel like the other people at the table heard it and no one said anything. Like, nobody reacted or anything. So I'm like, Fred, I can't even deal with this. She's like, I'm gonna go say something. I'm like, and you should. So she goes over to him. Love it, love her, we stan. She's like, I heard you saying the N-word. Well, she's telling me, when she came back, she told me what she said. She was like, I heard you saying the N-word, like, it's just making me, it's upsetting me and my homegirl. No. She was just like, it's just like making me uncomfortable. Like, I would really appreciate if you didn't say it. Very polite. And honestly, I feel like when it comes to like asking somebody not to say the N-word, I don't think you even need to be polite, but she was very nice about it. She was like, just please don't say it. He's like, I understand, like, that's fine. Mom? Stuff like that is funny to me because I'm like, okay, like, you'll be back to saying it tomorrow. Like, we already know, like. So we think it's the end of the foolery for the night. I'm like thinking like, you know, hopefully nobody does clownery because like, who was even trying to do that? But we're thinking like, that's it for the night. We probably won't even have to run into this. I didn't even think that we would even run into it once, but you know, people will always exceed your expectations. So the night is kind of going on and like things are just weird for us. Like, I'm telling you, we felt so out of place. There was a point where some of the party went upstairs because there was like an upstairs area, a downstairs area, and an outside area. Some people were going upstairs, so me and my friend decided to go upstairs. We're bored, so we just kind of like, we start recording videos, we start just doing all kind of stuff, like making our own fun. Then eventually everybody comes upstairs because at a certain time of the night, if you're under 21, you have to leave. But we didn't go upstairs to hide because we were 20 at the time. We didn't go upstairs to hide, but we were just like, oh, let's just go upstairs. Nobody ever checked for us. I don't think it was like that serious. I wasn't drinking anyway. But yeah, so we're upstairs. Everybody migrates upstairs. We start talking to one of the girls. I think her boyfriend goes to school with our friend Dolphin. She asks us, she was like, what were y'all talking to that boy about? The boy who said the N-word. We'll call him Green Grass. I looked outside, I saw green grass. She's like, what were y'all talking to Green Grass about? And Fred is like,
oh, basically, you know, he said the N-word and like, obviously that makes us uncomfortable. We weren't okay with it.
Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, she went and dealt with it. She asked him and he didn't say it. And she's like,
oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
And then in that moment, I'm like, and I didn't make this face, but if you thought it was crazy, why didn't you say anything? Because, and I think she told us, she was like,
yeah, I heard that. I heard him. And like, I just think that's so crazy. Like, why would you say that?
And I'm thinking like, why wouldn't you say anything? If you heard it, why wouldn't you say anything? And that's how I know right there, you and all your friends be saying it too. Y'all just happen not to say it at this moment, so we couldn't catch you. I'm not trying to like judge her or anything, but the fact that her hearing that is like, that was normal. She didn't have a reaction. She heard it and it was normal for her and she didn't confront it. So she's saying that to me and my friend, and both of us pick up on it. We have like a silent communication. We didn't have to say it to each other. Both of us were kind of like, yeah, okay, like that's crazy, right? I'm kind of just like annoyed at this point. My friend is annoyed at this point. Then this is when things get like a little more weird and even more just like, I'm sorry, but I do understand the validity of being politically correct because it's not even about political correctness at this point. It's about respect, and it's about things that people have said in the past that people in the present are learning like, this is not okay. That's not how I want to be called. It's about respect. So this is when things become disrespectful even more. So Dolphin and Greengrass come up to me and my friend. They're both drunk, and like we're kind of annoyed because you know when if you're not drunk and like people are drunk but they're the annoying kind, it's like not fun for you. It's not that fun. So they're like talking about this boy that they know that's not there. They were like, oh, he couldn't make it. He's so dumb. He's so dumb. He's so stupid. And then they use the R word. So then immediately me and my friend are like,
so don't use the R word.
Don't use the R word because it's disrespectful. We're like, it's not like, that's just not okay. And they're like, no, no, no. And we're like, no, like, don't backtrack. It's not okay. Even if you're drunk, it'll never be okay. Then they're trying to figure out what else to call him instead of that. Like, they're trying to like appease us by not using the R word, but they just end up making it worse. So this is what they say. And stay tuned for the end of this because that's probably the most annoying part of this whole story for me. But anyway, so for this part, he tries to make it better by, and I'm not even gonna repeat this because to me it's disgusting. This wasn't Dolphin that said it. This was Greengrass that said this part that I'm talking about. He said something to the degree of like comparing the boy that they consider stupid to somebody with autism. And that, I already drew the line at the R word, but that's another level for me because you need to unpack why you would conflate being stupid to having autism. I don't understand why anyone would conflate being stupid to having a disability. That's annoying, and you need to unpack why you think that way because why would you ever connect those two in your head? It doesn't even make sense. That's not logical. So if you ever like catch yourself putting those two together in a sentence, figure out why. Yeah, they say that and we're like, yeah, actually that's not even better. You're just getting more disrespectful. So, and me and my friend at this point, we're just like looking at each other like where are we even right now? So that conversation kind of naturally ends with us just saying, this is disrespectful. We don't like stand for that. It doesn't matter if it affects us or not. It's not okay. So Greengrass, the one that said the N-word, later on we end up talking to him and it's because he comes to me and he apologizes to me because he talked to Fred about it. And he comes to me, he's like, oh, I just wanted to come to you and like apologize about what I had said. And you know, she told me it wasn't okay. I just wanted to say sorry to you. And I was like, you know what? I appreciate that, but it's not even really about sorry. It's like about the principle. Greengrass wasn't white, but Greengrass wasn't black. So if you're not black, don't say it. So he basically starts explaining to us that he's like, you know, where I grew up, like everyone said it, everyone used it. And then I looked at him and I said, you know what? But I don't care about any of that. Like that doesn't matter to me, and it doesn't hold any value in the conversation. It doesn't contribute to, it doesn't validate, it doesn't justify, it doesn't corroborate, it doesn't do anything. So that doesn't matter to me. That means nothing to me. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, no, I just wanted to say, like, that's just why I say it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, even so, this is not a word that affects you. So if you're using it, you're contributing to the way that it's used to still oppress black people. Now, I understand that there are black people that don't even use it. That's their prerogative. Every black person has the right to feel whatever way they feel about using that word. But if you're not black, don't take part. Then he starts to explain to us. He's like, yeah, you know, at my school, at the school I go to, you know, people say racist stuff all the time, blah, blah, blah. And then me and my friend asked, we were like, do you call them out on it? Like, do you say anything? He's like, no, I just feel like I can't because, you know, I guess like the people in charge are the same way. And I'm like, oh, okay, so like if you can't beat them, join them. Like that's what you're doing right now. Okay, I get it. And I'm not trying to be insensitive to him, but I've just gotten to a point where I don't care anymore. I don't care if I'm gonna make somebody feel uncomfortable. If what you're saying is contributing to my oppression, you better believe 100% I'm gonna say something about it. I don't care. I don't care about your feelings on that. So yeah, we're basically telling him like, that's not okay and you actually have a right to be upset. Now for the final weird encounter. This is what kind of like made me and my friend want to leave. So let me put it this way. Dolphin, I think at that party he was turning 24. Yeah, I think Dolphin was turning 24. So we're assuming that all of Dolphin's friends are in that same age range because it would make sense. Me and my friends at that time, we were all in our early 20s. All of our friends are like 20, 21, 22. There was this boy that was trying to talk to one of my friends. We'll call him Ball Cap because that's what he had on his head. So my friend comes to me, she's like, do you know that Ball Cap is 18? I'm like, if he's 18, and there was another man there that was like 30 something. I said, if Ball Cap is 18 and this other man is 30 something, how old is everyone else? Like we're confused at this point. So we go to Ball Cap, we're like, Ball Cap, how old is everyone here? Because we just found out that some people here are 18 years old and like this person is this age and like now we just don't know how old anyone is. Basically, we were just like confused. And he goes,
oh, do you want me to get one of them for you?
And we're like,
no, we heard, we found out that everybody's not the age we thought. So now we're just asking you because you go to school with them.
Then he completely disregards it again. And he's like,
oh, because you want to talk to one of them.
And we're like,
no.
He, once again, completely disregarding what reason we gave him, comes up with his own reason. And it's a stupid reason. And I'm about to tell you what it is. He goes,
oh, you don't want one of their numbers because you guys like people who are, you guys like people who are,
And we're like,
no, we don't know. We like people who are what?
He's like,
you guys like people who are, darker.
Me and my friend are like, and I wanted to look around like, does anybody else hear this? I don't understand like the logic. What year are we in to where like, what is the secret about black people? Like, boy, if you don't say black people, what possessed him to be like, who are darker? Like, what's secret about that? And then also, why would you even assume that? Why would you assume because I don't want your dusty friends? That is because I only want to date people who are darker. I told you I wanted to know how old they were. I think we stayed there for a couple minutes and then I looked at her and she's like, I said, look, I'm ready to go when you are. She said, great, I'll call the Uber. And we left. We went back to our Airbnb. We went and got food. We came home at 8 and then we actually kind of told this story on our Instagram stories. But like, basically I said all that to say, I've had my share of like hearing microaggressions and hearing people, just say all kinds of stuff. When you're black, I'm not gonna speak for all black people, but a large majority of us would say that we experience that all the time. The complete disregard for like everything, like the R-word comment, the girl coming to us and not the boy who said the N-word, instead of just saying it to him. Or more than that, everybody hearing Greengrass say the N-word and no one say anything about it. And then Greengrass justifying, like, it was a hot mess night. It was a hot mess, kind of racist, ugly, bad night. And yeah, we did have a little bit of fun. We had a lot of fun on the whole spring break trip, but we had to get our butt out of there, and so we did. And I've seen Dolphin since, because we're friends with Dolphin, but I ain't seen none of them since, and I don't need to. But that is the end of the story. Guys, go ahead and make sure you like this video if you want to, share this video if you want to, subscribe to me if you want to, comment things that you guys want to see, things that are fun, that are not fun. I don't know what you guys want. And like I said, once again, make sure you turn on my post notifications and make sure you subscribe, okay? God willing that this channel can do more than what I could even imagine. And don't you want to be here from the beginning? I think you do. So I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I don't know when I'm posting this once again. So, and I know I keep saying that, but I just don't know. I record very far in advance. So I will see you guys on whatever day makes sense to come after this day. Bye.